Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now before we do that, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Now let's talk about the Pens. So, Pittsburgh is riding high thanks to a 10-game win streak, and even with this hot streak, are we letting the Penguins fly under the radar? Kind of what I want to talk about today, as well as maybe their playoff hopes on what that could be. My answer on whether or not they're flying under the radar is yes. And it is no surprise that a lot of people are kind of brushing them under the rug because Pittsburgh's been disappointing the past 2 years and people have written them off. I'm not saying that they are a disappointing team. Regular season, they're very good, but the playoffs have been pretty discouraging. Personally, I'm not going to do that and say, okay, they're done for. I think that they're pretty good, and here's why. At first glance, you look at this team, and they are 28-5, and this win streak is what some people say, well, that inflates their record. They're not as good as that, but I'm going to argue against that. While they probably aren't going to be the most dominant team in Pittsburgh Penguins history, they're going to be a threat come playoff time. Why is that? There's multiple reasons. We're going to go with 4 today. The first is that while they are just hanging around, being good on a 10-game win streak, they're about to get even better because they've been dealing with a ton of man games lost due to a variety of reasons. The team ranks 10th in the league for goals for and 6th for goals against, and I have reason to believe that their offense is going to be even better as the year winds on. My main reasoning for that is that they're finally starting to get guys back, and an all-time player that they're getting back, that they have got back that's getting back into form, Sidney Crosby. Sid the Kid is going to be getting back into the rhythm of things after recovering from wrist surgery to start the year. Yes, he has been back for a while, but I think he's still getting adjusted. His shooting percentage this season is 9.3%, well below his career average of 14.5%. And while some people are, maybe concerned about that, saying, okay, is this the new norm? Is he going to be struggling? I don't think so. It's Sid the Kid. He's going to be great until he retires. He's just finding out, what his form is going to be, trying to get that shot work down. And again, he is still, very, very good player. They're also getting the best of late from Brian Rust, who's only played 15 games this season due to a lower body injury. Guess what? He's another guy that's back in the lineup, and he could be a very, very reliable goal scorer for them, as he has scored 7 goals in the last 3 games while averaging nearly 19 minutes out on the ice. Yes, he'll cool off from that, 3-game stretch. It'll come back down a little bit to earth, but he's shown he can be a reliable goal scorer for Pittsburgh, and if this keeps up, he could be having a career year for them. Then we're leaving out a factor that is huge here, and that is the X factor no one is considering right now if they don't follow hockey a lot, and that is the Russian superstar Evgeny Malkin. The 35-year-old currently hasn't played a game for the Pens all year due to a knee injury that we knew would make him miss quite a bit of time, but it seems like his return is coming really soon, and that could be another boost for Pittsburgh as they ride the wave of their past 10 games. Currently only sit 3 points back of the first place in the Metro, which is insane that they've been able to lose Crosby for quite a bit of time, Malkin quite a bit of time, and they've had guys like Rust. I'm pretty sure Ginsel's missed some games as well, other big name guys. But they've been able to win. Credit Mike Sullivan for being able to get the job done with this team, but now he's getting those guys back in the lineup, so they are going to be looking really, really dangerous as the year winds on. All of these things combined with goalie Tristan Jarry being one of the hottest goalies in the league right now, and it's perfect. It is a perfect storm for this team as they try to make this push also into the playoffs. Jarry is having one of the best years of his career, if not the best, with a 1.90 goals against average, a .933 save percentage, a quality start percentage of 76%, which is well above his career average, and a goal saved above average at 16.6, which is by far the best point in his career. Will all that drop off a little bit as the year wears on in terms of Rust and Jarry? Probably a little bit, but the thing is, if they just keep playing at that level, like an average level or a little bit above average level, this team is built really, really well and is right in the thick of it. And I do think that this is a team that could be a dark horse for a Stanley Cup run, maybe even a win. Is that too much of a hot take? Maybe. But here's my argument against that. We saw a really, really Montreal team make it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals last year, thanks to Carey Price and then, some other factors as well. This team has got way more offense than that. They've got a blue line that I like, and Jarry, he doesn't have to be a stud. He can just be average and they can win games. Might have to be a little bit above average at points in the playoffs, but I do like how this team is built, and they're looking good. Are they currently my pick to win it? Absolutely not. I've got probably 3 or 4 other people that I would pick as favorites and then slide them into a dark horse category with these other teams, but they are a dark horse, that is for sure, and that's why I had to talk about them today, because I don't think that people realize how dangerous this team is. After all these years of success, I think people just brush it off and saying, oh, it's going to be the end, Malkin's getting older, Crosby's getting older, this team hasn't really had any major success in the playoffs in the past few years. Guess what? This team is still dangerous, and if they can get past somebody and they can get hot in the playoffs, look out. This team could really do something. Do you think Pittsburgh is a dark horse to win the Stanley Cup this year, assuming that they make the playoffs? But it looks like a walk at this point, because I think they have a 10-point lead over Detroit in Boston. Let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Everybody stay safe, have a great night. You go love hockey, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.